Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. For today's video, I'm going to break down exactly how I just closed this FSBO. I'm going to break down how long it took me and how many follow-up I had to do, and also how much commission in total. So I'm going to kind of break down, maybe if you're calling FSBO and you're wondering like how long does it take to actually convert them and actually close them. So I'm gonna give you an idea and kind of how long it took me to close on this one. So I have everything here on my laptop. I track down everything, which is that's something too that I wasn't doing before. So you gotta make sure you have a system where you track all your leads. Otherwise, you're gonna lose them, and you're gonna lose a lot of business like that. So I keep it very simple. I use a Google Sheet. Um, you can just create a Google Sheet for free and then just kind of track everything there. And real quick too, if you're new to this channel, my name is Roberto, local real estate agent serving Massachusetts and Rhode Island. So if you have anybody maybe coming to this way, just send them my way. And also you can DM me on my Instagram, follow me there if you have any question. And also I have a private Facebook group. If you want to join, just let me know. There is we have all the agents making live calls and agents supporting each other. So if you're interested in that, just send me a message on my Instagram. So this FSBO right here. So when I first called this FSBO, it was back in July 23rd. So July 23rd, that's when the first time I called her, and I remember she told me I'm gonna try for 2 weeks, and then maybe I'll decide. And then I remember I called her 3 days later, and she was just like, I'm just gonna keep trying. She didn't give me any appointments, which is that's the other thing too, is like everything happens in the follow-up, right? So if you're not following up long enough, you're not really gonna get business. You might get like an appointment like on the first call, but most of the time you're not gonna really get an appointment on the first call. So that's why if you think, oh, this doesn't work, or I'm not getting anything, is because you're not really gonna get anything on the first call, especially if it's a fresh FSBO. If it's fresh FSBO, they're usually not gonna give you an appointment until maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So you really need to follow up. So when this lady told me, just check with me in about 2 weeks, obviously I didn't wait 2 weeks. I called her 3 days later. We spoke for a little bit, and I remember correctly, she was like, I'm gonna keep trying. Just check back with me. We'll see. All right, no problem. And then a week later, I sent her another text. I was really hitting her heavy with the text messages. That's the other thing that you can do. If you don't want to call all the time, you can always just send them a text. And then I remember now so I'm trying to track everything. And it was in August. So she told me. So I called her in July, and then in August she said, okay, I will meet with you at the end of August. So remember, I called her at the end of July. So she said, I will meet with you at the end of August. So in my mind, I'm like, damn, that's another month from now. So, by then, I don't think she's going to sell. So I said, all right, no problem. And I kept sending her some message. Hey, I know you said you'll meet with me at the end of August. Just checking if that's still the case, if anything changed. Then she's like, no, I'll meet with you at the end of August. And I remember one day I got a text from her. She said, hey, I'm going to meet Eversource at the house on this date at 9 o'clock. Can you be there? I said, yes, I will meet you there. So okay, I met with her end of August. Of course, took my listing agreement with me, and now it's like, okay, I'm gonna do my presentation. Of course, I was very nervous when I got there. Super nice lady. She showed me the house, and actually I know the house because one of my buyers was actually trying to buy the house last year, and it was right here in my market, in my city, about 10 minutes from me. So I'm okay. Got there, super nervous. I'm meeting with the seller, FSBO, super nervous, but turned out to be a nice lady, and she explained why she needed to sell, and she was saying she bought the house for her son-in-law that was coming to stay in town, but job changed. Now he's not coming anymore. She bought the house a year ago. Now she needs to sell that house because she doesn't want to rent it. it was like she didn't live there, so it was a house that she bought for somebody for her son-in-law. So I'm like, okay. So now she's like, I'm not gonna rent it. I don't want to deal with the tenants. So I want to sell. All right. So now she's like, okay. So just let's break down the numbers. How much is your commission? You know, I'm over there, super nervous. In my mind, too, I'm like, I think I got this. I think I got it. You know, when you meet with the seller, everything is going well in your mind. You're just thinking, I think I got it. All right, so I break down the numbers, pull out the listing agreement. So I said, hey, this is how much I'm gonna charge, and I took with me too a little bit of market analysis. I printed out, show it to her. So based, what has been sold in the area, showed her some pending and some actives just to kind of give her an idea. Initially, she listed the house for $415,000. So when I met with her, I straight up told her, right now this is a little bit too much. It's a little bit overpriced. The best number that I came with is I was thinking about 380,000, right? And I know I don't wanna tell her, just to get the listing. I don't wanna overprice the listing, because if I get the listing, I want to sell. I don't want to just sit on it. I don't want to invest in the listing and then go sit on it. So I said, hey, to make this very competitive, you don't want to go too high. I think 380,000 will definitely do it. We'll probably get like maybe over asking price, but you want to beat your competitors. She's like, I was thinking more 397. And then I was like, hey, like I said, if you want this thing to sell fast and if you want people to come see the house, you want to price a little bit under than your competitors, so you can maybe get a higher offer. She was like, she thought about it. She's like, all right, so you know what? She said, I like you. You're professional. I met with another agent, so it's between you and the other agent. So I'm thinking. And then she was like, but I'm definitely going to get back to you. I need to talk to my husband. Let me talk to my husband. Let's see. And I'm going to be traveling in the next week. But when I come back 2 weeks, I'm definitely going to give you a call. We'll meet again and we'll do all the paperwork. So in my mind, I'm like, you can also, if you want to get the paperwork started, I'm not going to list the home until you're ready, but we can kind of get the paperwork started so I can maybe start the advertising and stuff. She was like, let's just wait on that. When I come back, then we'll talk. So in my mind, I'm like, damn, I'm gonna lose her, because when they give you, I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna talk to my husband. I'm gonna talk to my wife. Usually maybe they're not interested. Maybe they're not gonna come back to you. So I'm like, okay, I respect it. I respect your decision. Now in my mind, I'm like, all right, I don't think I'm gonna get her. Yeah, she mentioned she met another agent, so I don't think I'm gonna get her. So, okay, and so she went on vacation. I gave her 2 weeks, and she told me she was coming back September 15. As soon as September 15, boom, I hit her with a text. Hey, hopefully you had a great vacation. It was a Sunday. Hopefully you had a great time. You have a great vacation. I think she was going to Portugal, and let me know if you're gonna be available. If you're gonna be at the house, we can meet and get started, get the paperwork. She got back to me. Hey, it was great. Let's meet up at the house tomorrow so we can get started. So I'm like, okay, yes. So I went over there again, met with her, no questions asked. So she was like, okay, let's go ahead now and start with the paperwork. I'm gonna hire you. I'm gonna use you. It's like, okay, great. And then before she told me 397, and then she said, I thought about it. Let's actually go with a 387. I said, okay, yeah, we could do that. 387. So we list. She signed. Then I list the house on the market. I put it for 387. As soon as I put it, I had agents already calling me, trying to see the house. I did a group showing. 5 days later, I did a group showing. I think it was like 5 agents came by with their buyers, and then the next day we'll receive an offer over asking price. I think it was 395, and I called her. I met with her again. Hey, here's we have an offer, great news. So I met with her at the house again, presented the offer to her, and she took it. She said, I'm gonna take this offer, and of course the rest is history. It took about a month, and I think it took about a month, and yeah, I think we got an offer on September, yeah, September 24, something like that. So we didn't close until today, November 7th. So it took about a month and I'd say almost a month and a half uh, to close on this. So of course I was working with the buyer's agents too, make sure everybody's on the same page, and we finally closed on it. Now, how much I made on this? The total commission. So we sold the house for it was 390,000. We got an offer for 395, and then buyers end up asking for 5,000 credit. So she lowered down to 390, and my total commission on it, I charge her about 2.5% on this. Normally I go for 3. If I can get 3, then I go 2.5. So she was okay with the 2.5. My total commission was $9,700, and this was before my office fee. I'm on 90/10 right now, which is I'm still gonna end up with like I think about 8,000 something, which is still pretty good for just one simple phone call that I made to FSBO. So if you're not calling FSBO, you're missing out on you're missing out on business here. So don't hesitate to call FSBO. Just be patient. A lot of them will say no on your first call, or on your second call, whatever. But just keep following up, keep checking. And also too, this lady, she told me, she told me too, I have another house, I have an investment property that, I'm going to retire next year, and I'm going to sell it, and I would like you to help me out. I would like to sell this for me as well. And she showed me the house, and she's going to sell it next year. And, also too, that house, she bought it last year, she bought it cash. So, I'm dealing with somebody that has been into real estate for way longer than me. And then she said, I might buy another house. I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do after this, but I'm definitely gonna use you again. But guys, that's just, I'm not trying to brag or anything. That's just to tell that just goes to tell you that if you work hard, you're definitely gonna get some business. You're gonna get some listings. You're gonna sell some homes. Just be patient. But that was how I was able to close on this FSBO. Please keep calling FSBO. If you want to make some calls together, don't hesitate. Don't forget to join my Facebook community page. Thank you everyone for the support, for the feedback. I'll see you on the next video.